clarity, clarity. Break out, turn the key to a world untold. Life feeds the maze where the wind burns. Blah, 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 blah. Sick and tired, normal and no big deal. I'm just coffee note in the symphony. Change of view, change the meaning. It's worthwhile. Bothersome. At time is kindness. Depressing. Those the forces die. Courage, integrity, purpose, humility, respect, loyalty, responsibility,
Hi.
liberty,
Hi.
curiosity, compassion, and affection.
How are you doing?
My legs hurt.
Oh. Why are you? Have you been working out?
I did the tennis yesterday.
Oh, played some tennis.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
How do you feel after playing some tennis?
my legs
I
hurt.
don't, but like, is it a good hurt or are you just
Yeah. No, it's nice to just move.
You're an old man, man.
like? Uh-huh.
Death is inevitable.
Everything's breaking.
It's all falling
Entropy, nothing can get better. Only worse.
apart. Your leg muscles aching after playing tennis for a little while isn't
For
unusual
90 minutes.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's expected, especially if you don't usually play tennis.
Well, let me tell you. I sold plenty of tennis rackets to white women.
Ah, wonderful. Are you gonna pick up tennis as a habit? Uh-huh.
Anyway, how do you feel about the film Evil Dead, Justin?
So I've never seen the original because I'm not terribly interested in seeing a woman get raped by a tree.
Yeah.
But Evil Dead 2 and especially Army of Darkness are very good films that
Am I
think you should watch
insane?
if you haven't seen them before.
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm crazy, simply because I've heard the voices and battled the godless things in the woods.
I think the last
must be
half of
crazy
Evil
to
Dead 2
believe.
is a little boring.
It all
The
started
first
with
half
that damn
is great.
book. The Necronomicon Ex Mortis. Roughly
Which one?
translated,
Oh, there we go.
the Book
Evil Dead 2.
of the Dead.
Oh, I just think it's pointless.
Inked in human
What,
blood and
the
bound
whole
in
movie?
flesh.
Yeah, no.
The book
just
contained
first one,
bizarre
Evil Dead,
burial
and
rites,
3. You can skip
prophecies,
2.
and
You
demon
can skip
resurrection
2?
passages.
Yeah.
Two is the
Why is
two
what?
is where they
Reason nobody
remade one,
unearthed the
but
book.
it's funny now.
Brought it to this
Yeah,
remote
like,
cabin
it's
in
Oh,
the
that
intentional.
first
country.
one's fun.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What
Uh-huh.
happens to Linda? And then
He awoke
she's just a
something
doll
dark
at
in
some
the
point.
woods, something
It's just a doll.
evil.
Oh.
It got
Okay.
the professor.
How do you feel
was
about
there
Bruce
Rich
Campbell?
too?
It came from me.
Oh, he's. I mean,
I don't think the
It got
tree
into
thing
my
happened
hand
in
and it went
2.
bad.
Maybe I'm wrong. It's
Yeah,
been
no,
a while.
So I
That's
lopped
why
it off
one's
at
great.
the wrist.
The tree thing?
The professor's daughter, Annie,
Okay.
helped me
Listen,
fight
whatever.
the evil.
It's as long as that
During the
stays
time
in.
we opened up a
I'm
vortex to
very
send the
reticent
evil
to say
back.
anything because I feel like half the
It
time
worked.
whenever you ask me that question, it's about
Big
somebody
time.
then revealed to be a
The
bad
girl
person.
died, and I got a first-class ticket.
How do you
to
feel
the
about
12th
who?
century.
No, Bruce Campbell is a
I
good
led a war
person.
against some
Okay,
armies
yeah, I
that
like
had
Bruce
us
Campbell.
use the
He
book
doesn't
to
seem
get
to be
back home,
a bad person.
back to Dearborn. Even got my old job back.
He did a lot of voice.
Not to
work
mention,
in games
I
during
met a
his
great
time.
gal, Jenny,
And occasionally started good
assistant
movies.
manager, arts and crafts.
And
He was in
Probably a few
Burn
bad
Notice.
Perfect match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the
then-
good thing about Burn Notice.
The nightmares.
He's the best thing about Burn Notice.
Ask me anything about Burn Notice.
For years, they haunted
When
me,
you're a spy.
even when I was awake. Jenny thought I was crazy.
Does
but
Ash
she
lose
agreed
his
to
hand
help.
in the first movie as well?
We decided to go back to the
I don't
cabin.
remember. I have
Back
not
to
watched
where
that
it all
movie since,
started.
let's say 2006.
She said it would be good to
Okay. Anyway, Yatsu, yes, that movie is, oh boy, look at this. Font choices already. Toy headquarters, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's the war movie. That seems. I'm gonna put that in the same category as the Purge films.
So, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about that movie, is it's Alex Garland, who is the, Annihilation and, Ex Machina and Men people. So, apparently, it's not really about
Let's go.
the particulars, because guess what?
At first, everything looked the same.
Maybe
Like nothing ever
perhaps
wondered
if you've
if
seen
all of it had
Annihilation,
just
you
been a
know that
bad
movie's not
dream.
concerned with the particulars.
Boy, was I wrong.
And so it's not, it doesn't sound like it is actually the kind of movie people think it is.
Oh no, not again.
The
Damn
only
it,
part of
won't
Annihilation I really liked was the bear. The
Yeah,
rest of it was like okay, I guess.
but it's more like,
Oh, the ending's phenomenal. But yeah, the Bear's definitely the highlight of the movie.
Jenny.
oh boy, that was a really enthusiastic.
I need to turn on the
Bruce,
sound for
Bruce
this.
Campbell phoning it in.
This can't be happening. Not again.
Oh, it's, hey look, it's that thing.
happening in a big way.
It's the thing that happened in that movie.
Duty calls.
This can't be happening. Not again.
What?
But yeah,
Work shed.
people whose opinions on movies I nominally trust say that movie's pretty good, but also it's going to be destroyed by online discourse.
Jenny's out there somewhere.
Only if you let it.
Alive. I can feel it.
That's why you don't read
If
what
I
the
can
online
find the
discourse
pages
says.
from the Necronomicon, I might be able to send the evil
Simple.
back and undo
I
this
have
whole
terrible
mess
news.
once and for all.
You're on the internet right now.
I know, but
Yeah, it's still a choice you can easily make.
yeah, I could just not pay attention to what they're saying.
Oh no.
I see an inventory. What do you think I'll know about? Oh, fixed camera angles.
No. Specifically,
Come get some. Let's go. Yo, come get some. Let's
oh,
go.
there's a taunt button. Alright. Oh no.
Come get some. Yeah,
Maybe-
yo.
Maybe, like, is it the voice acting you're saying that about, or what's going on here?
His voice lines. They're very quiet, and I could have done that.
And to be clear, this is Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I checked.
He phoned in. He phoned in some stuff.
This is close to David Duchovny in 13. Not as bad, but it's comparable.
Finally. Now I just need to figure out what the pickup button
Yo.
is.
Come get some.
I'm gonna guess A or X. Yo, come get some.
You feel like it's unusual to say that Army of Darkness is a better movie than the other two.
It's a different kind of
That's
movie.
my thing.
But no, I don't disagree.
They're also very different.
Yeah.
Army of Darkness is just a campy cheese fest, and that's a good time.
Okay. I love biscuits and mustard.
Didn't they make a new one recently? Like, not the 2013 one, but like,
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes, they're okay, you can flush the
I
toilet.
understand they are excessively gory, and I have not watched them as a result.
Yeah.
I'm not.
When I want coal, I want like how Linda first stabs that person in the foot, and it's just very clearly a flesh-colored like sock filled with ketchup or something.
How do you feel about Drag Me to Hell? Because I feel like that's the last time Raimi did like full-on schlock horror comedy.
Didn't watch it.
The way that movie ends is very good. What if I were to tell you she gets dragged to hell?
What if I were to tell you that in Assassin's Creed Odyssey you can Spartan kick animals and they ragdoll?
Yeah, I've heard this.
It's really good.
Okay, the run
Spartan
button.
kicked a mountain lion off a cliff.
The run button is the right shoulder button.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Dreamcast controller. That I'm using for this Dreamcast game.
Oh, this was you got the Dreamcast version?
Wasn't there a PS2 version of this?
No, there's a PS1 version of this.
Oh.
But this is the Sega category, and I'm running out of Sega games.
I was thinking of a different Evil Dead game.
No, there are multiple Evil Dead games.
Yeah, that one I was thinking of. I remember seeing for like PS2 and I think GameCube.
Yeah, there's the one from Top 05.
This is still when had a game section.
Is this the PS1 game?
Glass window.
This is the PS1 game, yes.
This, but on the Dreamcast. But on the Dreamcast. These guys dying and then popping back up.
There are only so many more Sega horror games I can play.
Wasn't Baroque on the Saturn?
Baroque's kind of a horror game. I mean, if you want, I can play Baroque. But that game seems cool.
I mean, it's up to you.
Also, I played Baroque already on stream. When the PS1 version got translated. Although, the people who seem to care...
So, like, this is also straight up basically the inverse of the last two Resident Evil.
Groovy.
He said the
Don't you have
thing.
more slots there?
He said the thing.
You're gonna pull from something. Why not?
I wonder if that guy just spawns on a trigger. Like, you step on a part of the ground and he spawns.
Well, you see, you're not cutting any of his limbs off, which is how you kill Deadites,
But that's clearly a ghost.
which are Deadite. They're all Deadites.
Sumerian something or others. Deep important lore of Evil Dead. I'm out.
I'm just gonna keep running.
It is a survival horror game.
That's the true test of one. Can you run through it?
There is The Haunting starring Poltergeist. I'm not saying there aren't things. I'm saying when you tell me there's a shitty Evil Dead Resident Evil clip, I go, how high?
How many countdown vampires is this out of 10?
I would give it at least 2 countdown vampires.
We've gone, things have gone so poorly with the economy that we no longer buy a 6-inch sub for $5.
Right, that's not true for a while.
I have not purchased anything from Subway since the footlong was $5.
You're good.
Just
Yeah, I know.
back
The
in-
last thing I purchased was very bad.
Back in the day, $5 did get you a football, and now it doesn't even get you 6 inches.
It also used to get you a pizza from Little Caesars. instantly. They just turned around and pulled it out of the heater.
Oh, they said the other thing.
I think you can still get a cheese pizza for $5.
Was one of those two things held up in, baby?
No, they said I'll swallow your soul.
Oh, the Deadite thing.
From the film Evil Dead.
Which movie is that?
Probably Evil Dead 2.
Video games are good. See, look, now we're playing a video game.
You got a crank. You're running out of inventory space.
Crank. Now there's a movie.
Yeah,
that
that's a
get a game?
fucking movie.
That's like the perfect video game movie. We never get a Crank game.
You ever think about how
nice
those
place.
dudes
For an undead redneck.
they made that R-rated Ghost Rider movie, and then they never did anything else? What? Oh, there we go. What could I combine with this moonshine?
I just want to look at the fucking menu. Why is this so hard?
What you playing?
I just want to know how much a fucking cheese pizza is at Little Caesars.
Oh.
I want to know if it's still $5 for just a cheese.
I doubt it.
I'll swallow your soul.
Somewhere in between 10 and 5, closer to 10, I would guess.
No, it's like $6 for a hot and ready pepperoni. I know this.
I know this.
I know this.
I'll swallow your soul.
Yeah, like $7. What was the Canadian dollar versus the US dollar?
Hell, I'm pretty sure a $60 game in Canada costs like $90.
Yeah, but consider this. They have socialized medicine and should stop complaining about the price of video games.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
pay.
no, that's
also,
fair.
don't pay full price for a video game if that's a concern. They go on sale very quickly.
Or you can just be like me and be consistently 5 years behind everything, and it's an extremely cheap hobby.
Swallow your soul.
Yeah.
I mean, Yatsu is in the chat. He's what does he have to complain about? The price of food.
Let's talk about the
love
egg
animals.
cartel.
The price of eggs makes me like, actually like, red hot furious.
Hold on, how much are eggs for you?
So,
I don't want to get into it.
yeah,
They
we
never
don't
went
need to
down.
get into it. Other than to say, hey, price fixing, huh? It's still a thing.
I mean,
It's illegal, but they sure do it.
that guy just hit you with, that skeleton just hit you with like a capoeira roundhouse kick.
Listen, the skeleton's doing a lariat, okay?
They're big,
Anyway,
they're big time.
the fucking price of eggs where I live came down, not to where they were previously, but they did go down.
Oh, that is making my point.
No, yeah, for sure. You know, nothing ever actually goes down. That would be too easy.
Let's go.
Shit, you found a fucking. Is this an adventure game?
It's a
Resident
Resident
Evil.
Evil.
Did they
Aren't they
staple
all?
a bad combat system on this adventure game?
That's what Resident Evil is, Harley.
No, those are usually good combat systems.
No, they got good.
They got no. Actually, you're fair. That's fair. They got good.
Resident Evil games also give you guns.
I
and do
have a
not
gun,
expect
it
you to
just has
engage in
0
melee
bullets.
combat. They give you enough bullets to actually use the guns.
Oh, am I gonna get hit stun?
Can you do that, Lariat? It feels like something you
I
should
can
do
rev
with
my
your
chainsaw. You know,
On the flip side, it seems like every other enemy drops the health pack.
as an enthusiast for that most recent Alone in the Dark game, the puzzle parts of it aren't that complicated.
No, it didn't look like it.
Anyway, I'm glad that there's been no sort of let's say misguided nostalgia for THQ.
They published a lot of games I like.
Groovy.
I would say there's some nostalgia for a handful of THQ properties, but the actual company.
Yeah, they
Like, people really want another Red Faction Gorilla. Or
no, people
perhaps-
just want another game with that level of destruction tech. But
Yeah.
they also forget the part where Red Faction Guerrilla is only able to do that on a 360 because it's a very sparse environment.
It's still incredibly impressive. What
Oh
it actually
yeah,
manages to pull
it's
off.
it's a fun time. Do not get me wrong.
Also, I think that game gets worse as it goes on.
An open world game getting worse as it goes on.
What are you talking about? That never happens.
Well, I mean,
never-
it's kind of bad to begin with, though, because
the-
whenever anything like is set to come at you, like the police or whatnot, they just come infinitely, and there are dead ends in that game where you can just get pinned in and
Yeah.
really stuck forever.
I also think people kind of want a follow-up to Darksiders 1, because that game, I don't think they followed up on the end of that game.
No, every game has been set before it.
Or during.
Is Genesis during? Because 2 is way before it, 3 is way before it.
Yes,
Genesis
yeah.
might be during.
I thought 2 was concurrent. It's been 10 years. I don't remember.
Ironheart, listen, Dark Souls 1 is not my favorite Dark Souls game. Sure, chainsawing that skeleton out of all its blood.
Don't worry about it. And then the chainsaw, and then it just respawns, huh? It's this kind of game, huh?
Yep. You need a lighter and some fluid.
Why not?
No.
I'll hurt you. Bloodborne's the worst of those.
You are fucking high.
Maybe.
Dark Souls
I'm not gonna
2 Defender, man.
I'm not gonna say Dark Souls 1 is the best of them. I think it's the easiest to just pick up and run through though.
Sure.
Like, if I just want a quick shot of Dark Souls, it takes me like 15 hours.
The lights all white, right?
It's a nice brief game.
I mean, after you know where to go, yes.
Yeah.
The good news is I've known where to go for the last 12 years.
That's also probably why I've finished the first Baldur's Gate more than any of the others. Is I could just fire it up to finish it in like 15 to 20 hours at this point, because if you know where to go, you can just run through it.
Okay, yeah. It's like this, huh?
Oh, so it does do the trigger thing?
Yeah.
Groovy.
Groovy.
Groovy, you say? Let's get back to our Mike Myers discourse.
Oh yeah, baby.
How far did you get in Yu Yu Hakusho, Brad? Not Braden.
I just watched the first 4 episodes as like,
Yeah.
hey, this show's still dope.
Great 4 episodes.
Those
Yeah.
first few, it winds up being a very different thing after that. But yes, I
Yeah.
think the beginning of that show's great.
Hey, it's a banger of a show.
Yep. So I've been watching it. I've made it to episode 30, and here's the thing. The budget for that show clearly had
Ups
a
and
dip.
downs.
Yes, because I'm in the Dark Tournament, and like I'm pretty sure these last few episodes cost more than the rest of the previous bits put together.
That's anime production.
Also, the Dark Tournament is great.
It's the best anime tournament. It's the best shonen tournament arc in anime.
Yeah, I agree.
I am quite partial of when Yamcha reveals that he figured out the Kamehameha and fucks up Tien. Or was it Tien? Can't remember.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
Tien.
I've actually never seen all of original Dragon Ball.
It's really good.
It's a fun time.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I should
Other than the
watch
part
it
where
all.
like, hey, guess what? This was made in the 80s.
Love
And
Thank
Akira
you, Goku.
Toriyama loves him some anime gag comedy.
Yep.
Loves him some
I've lost my ball. I don't know
I
what
have,
you've lost your balls. That's what it was.
I do think that one of the things that turned me off of it was some of the jokes between Bulma and Master Roshi.
And then you remember that Bulma's like 14 in that show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Roshi's terrible.
The pervy old man character is one of those anime tropes from older anime that is
Yeah, what was that shit called? City Rock?
ask me how I feel about Happosai in Ranma.
I suspect Ranma doesn't for a variety of reasons, but
Okay, now I'm stuck.
I refuse to go back because I don't want my memories of it to change.
Inuyasha is probably a much better thing to watch.
Yeah.
Um,
Inuyasha, it was never great, I don't think, but it's good.
I've watched a bunch of Inuyasha a few years ago, and I remember feeling like it was like consistently pretty good.
Yeah, kind of a monster of the week who has a spirit shard this
Let's
time.
go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Happosai
First,
is
everything-
anyway I died, so we're back to the
Also, I
start.
think that's the reason that Launch
Jenny's
Lunch
out.
was made, so that there could be an adult woman for him to perv on.
Oh, you tell me that, you know, once everybody became an adult, she wasn't necessary anymore, so they just dumped her. Also, also DBZ just has a lot less of that stuff.
Yeah, it's just I don't like it as much.
It's got Majin Buu.
Yeah, the Majin Buu era, where Master Roshi motorboats Android 18, where
Yeah.
they bring
and
that
then
stuff
she
back.
beats the shit out of him. Yeah.
It's not funny.
It's not.
Right in front of her child. Anyway,
Yeah.
Dragon Ball, very good show.
Dragon R.I.P. Akira Toriyama.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Okay, it's a 3-part, like each one is directed by a different person.
Oh yes, yes.
From the 90s, and the first one's called Magnetic Rose, and if anybody's not seen that, fucking watch Magnetic Rose.
Yeah, that's the
Sight
Satoshi Kon one, right?
I don't remember
Of
but
those
it's
3.
Fucking great. It's probably is. I think that's the reason he wanted to watch to begin with.
Speaking of anime compilations, does Matrix, what's it called?
Animatrix?
Animatrix hold up?
My guess is like every one of those, there 2 of those shorts are gonna be a good time, and
The rest you suffer.
And the rest you suffer through. The rest are like, hey, Studio Gonzo, Studio Gonzo was given money, and they took it.
What about the Halo anime thing that nobody remembers?
I'm
I
aware
want
of
to say
this.
there was like one I liked. Most of it is
You know
for
what?
This for this Memories thing, Magnetic Rose was directed by Koji Morimoto.
Okay.
I think the second one is good as well, but it's a very different thing.
I
And
only
third
caught
one
the
is
end of
basically
that.
the third one is just a mood piece. It's really great art, but not much else.
So, I'll say this. We're already off to a bad start as far as my feelings on this game.
You don't have to keep playing if you don't
No,
want to.
no.
Things can only go up.
Or
That's
do you
why-
just wanna-
Now I have to keep playing it. If this was
You need to know
merely
how bad it
mediocre, I've played plenty of mediocre Resident Evil likes.
But this is trash.
This might be like actual bad. We'll find out. Listen, Lionheart. I campaigned to watch a movie, and now I'm
Every day, every time you close your eyes.
and now I just think about Mike Myers talking in a vaguely racist accent and saying pee pee poo poo and giggling at the camera.
Mariska Hargitay.
Yeah, Mariska Hargitay to you as well.
I can't believe. I guess I can, but that entire, like 20 minutes of that movie almost felt like it was all leading up to just him and meeting her.
Yes, just actual Mariska Hargitay showing up in a cameo role, and you're like, ha
It seemed like she
ha!
was the one who enjoyed that the most. Of everybody in that movie.
Okay, there we go.
One of
Let's
the
go.
things about this game is that anything and everything that's interactable just shows up so much against the pyramid backgrounds.
You're telling me perhaps they did not take advantage of the Dreamcast's additional processing power or resolution to make these... Because the
But, like,
Dreamcast
they-
was 480, right?
I mean, the PS1 could put out 480p, but
Not frequently.
Anna Barbara.
I would watch Pat Labor too. Because the second Pat Labor movie is about the inherent contradiction of Japan having a pacifist constitution, but also having the JSDF, and also relying on America for protection. And also it's about robot police, I guess.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
But yeah, thus far, this is, I'm going to say sub Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare. Which is not a compliment.
the if you had a Dreamcast in like 1999 or 2000, whenever this came out, you could be playing Ill Bleed or
I could be
what was the other
playing
one?
Resident Evil 2 on my
Could be
Dreamcast.
playing that.
Cannon Spike. Fantasy Star.
What was the one? The blue? What was the thing that you?
Blue
other one that you
Stinger.
played? Blue Stinger.
Blue Stinger and its follow-up Ill Bleed. The-
I'm going to dip because I have
All
my
right.
dinner.
You have fun with dinner, Harley. What are you eating?
We We've got some butter chicken with naan and rice.
Fuck yeah.
But I'll be back if y'all are still hanging out when I'm done.
I died. Yeah, you could be playing Code Veronica, which is not my favorite Resident Evil game,
Let's go.
But it's better than this.
but it's better than this.
Code Veronica,
Wait.
but every character.
Lionheart, your wife willingly. Lionheart, I don't remember. Your wife is like only casually into anime, right? But she watched Solo Leveling. Okay.
Anyway, would you rather play this or Code Veronica, but every character is Steve?
I'll play that ROM hack. Don't threaten me with a good time.
God, it's like the FF7 mod where everybody's a version of Barrett.
I'm out.
Anyway, yeah, that's a weird I'm gonna say that's a weird get for someone to randomly pick up is Solo Leveling.
What's Solo Leveling?
So
It's
Solo
just like
Leveling is an
isekai
adaptation of a
garbage thing.
manhwa.
Is that Korean? anime?
Yeah, Korean comics.
It's Korean manga.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a true fan because I use those interchangeably.
Munch on this. Ooh, that's gotta
But it's you know, it's about it's an isekai. Get this, it's a fantasy isekai
Uh-huh.
where the main character is a little morally gray,
Oh.
and he decides to get powerful in this fake RPG world by leveling, grinding all of the experience by himself, solo. And that's all I know about this.
I was gonna say, when is somebody gonna make an anime of that person from WoW that got the next level by only using herbology or whatever it was,
Yeah.
harvesting herbs? I feel like that's an anime waiting to happen.
That light novel, at the very least, absolutely
exists.
exists. If it hasn't been adapted to anime yet, it will.
The God's gonna make it.
Alright, I need Weed Killer to destroy these vines.
Yeah, things that you say in an Evil Dead game. God. No, that's sorry, that's the hot version of me, Rel Ken. I'm not that. Boy toy version of me.
Relin? Yeah.
No, Rel Ken with an E at the end. Relen is the toy version of me.
Yeah, Relin is he's the character everyone loves.
He's a
Yeah.
little too much. Like, you're glad to see him, but man, it's just exhausting.
All the fangirls love drawing art of Relin.
Those
Like,
things.
the
Very
doujinshi is off the charts.
Nodding my head.
Doujinshi just means fan work.
Ah, okay.
I mean, technically that's what it means, but doesn't it have like some implication?
Yes, the connotation is it's pretty boys or girls in. Listen, doujinshi is all kinds and all flavors, and sometimes those boys they gotta be kissing.
Sometimes it's normal,
Each other.
and sometimes it's yaoi. Is that what you're telling me?
Sometimes it's I'm saying that the reason the King of Fighters as a series persisted as long as it did was in part due to the very strong female fan base for those games and drawing the characters from those games. So
Is ZP
Your
saying
mic's
something?
really fucked up.
I can't hear you, ZP.
Come.
Also, what are you trying to say about Yowie, Justin? That it's not normal? Jeez.
If that's your thing, that's your thing, and I have
Learning so much
great.
about you.
Enjoy.
This map is terrible.
Better or worse than Final Fantasy Adventures map?
Final Fantasy Adventures map is fine.
Yeah, that's actually the secret. Is Chris was
Like, for what it is,
Not
for
using
the
it
kind of
correctly.
game it is, it's acceptable.
yeah, it's utilitarian.
For a Game Boy game.
I mean, it's like what Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
You just swing.
Uh-huh. Coerced.
Yeah, so that's a good story.
How do you get coerced into a Yowie panel? Please
If
explain.
if a cute enough girl asked me to go to a yaoi panel, I would.
Sure.
There, that's... Or someone offered me money. I'm not above it.
How much money? Like, I got a price tag.
It depends on what else is happening at the con.
If you're waiting for something else, that could be a funny thing to do.
Yeah.
With or without alcohol.
I'll say this, the idea of going to an anime con and going to the R18 parts of the thing, that doesn't sound very fun at all.
Hand check.
Hand check.
I hate to be the people that actually have to go around and enforce that.
They are our bravest troops.
You thought 4 moderators were brave? No.
No, it's the
No,
people.
they're
It's
still
the
true.
people who have to throw out the guys jacking off. Yeah.
What's SGC? I don't even know what that is.
Something gaming convention.
Saskatchewan. Game.
Screw Attack Gaming Convention, I'm gonna guess. Oh, of course.
Is that Seattle? Maybe? I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
isn't that
Screw
Emerald
Attack.
City?
Yeah, I don't...
Oh, yeah,
it's
God.
locked. No, it's
Watching a
locked.
porn in the theater, ugh.
Like, on
I'm
one
glad those
hand,
people have what they need.
Ah, nice place for an undead redneck.
I will disapprove of and mock the supposed Zoomer revulsion towards anything resembling sex.
Is that a thing?
Yes. Apparently, people were very up in arms about the 5 seconds of nudity in Oppenheimer.
That generation is becoming a little more prudish, yes.
Because
I'm
here
definitely pretty far from promiscuous myself, but being
okay,
prude-
so but here's the reason. Here's the theory is consider that they grew up with the
Internet
predominant
pornography.
form of the high watermark of television being Game of Thrones, which is a television show that is, let's say, very heavy on the sexual violence. So I could see how that could turn off a generation of people. Anyway,
They also get their eye candy on the internet and don't really need it in the movies anywhere near as much.
It's
Like, there's no
also
written
the other
times
part of it
original
is
time.
Marvel movies are sexless and sterile.
Yep.
Like everyone in a Marvel movie is incredibly beautiful, and also none of them have fucked in their life.
Yeah, you're just have to make do with Chris Evans being in a fitted T-shirt, and that's it.
Like, the first Iron Man has him clearly having sex a few times, and that's it.
Can't
Yeah,
have
but that was before. That was before
Yeah, that was
Marvel
2000
became a
It was
brand.
2008.
That was back when they didn't think it actually was going to do much.
Yeah, they gave Robert Downey Jr. ridiculous royalties.
Bet Indy doesn't fuck anymore. Apparently, Dial of Destiny made no money.
Yeah,
Hold
I'm
it.
not surprised.
In fact, it lost quite a bit of money.
Well, that seems to be more of poor work on Disney's executives' part.
And also, part of that was also, they filmed it during COVID, which made it a lot more expensive.
And I also, and this is probably a thing I'm just always going to wonder for the rest of my life on big failures like that, how much of that's Hollywood accounting?
Oh, I mean, that's almost a sure. Like, everybody's getting their piece.
Groovy.
Okay, is this the real version of the monster? So if I kill it, will,
I'm out.
No.
The idea that Stellar's blade is in any way significant to anybody is very funny.
Sony fans are, they're not getting any big first-party exclusives this year.
Flip it up private tab and figure out what Stellar Blade is, because I keep hearing people talk about it.
Okay, imagine if in Nier Automata you just took off her skirt and just gave her just basically the tightest skins that you see.
The shiniest booty.
Okay, I get it.
Like, you're just seeing right up there. There's nothing to the imagination at all. Get up in there.
It's the spiritual successor to Piano 3.
It's from the. Justin, are you aware of the gacha game, which is it is a gacha game where you are anime lady snipers. And you're taking cover and stuff. And every time you fire the giant anime sniper rifles, their booty jiggles.
I'm
Well,
not
it's
interested in
from.
playing
That's
them.
what Stellar Blade is from. It's from those people.
Oh, okay. So this is the X
Nikkei paper.
lineage
Yeah.
of like anime like action games where the character is a scantily clad woman.
Of course, the weird thing about X Blades
have
is
no
that game was made
problem
in
with those
Russia.
Or I don't know, whatever else. Bullet Witch.
Yeah.
The
Those games
hallway
came
of.
back, but they were all the worst.
Oni Chambara.
Oh, that's on the list. The most recent One Chambara. Because I hear
Yes.
it's, quote, okay.
Uh-huh.
No, they gave it an art style. They had, like, an actual artist, an actual character designer
It gives
draw
you what
those
you want.
characters.
10 out of 10. Overwhelmingly positive.
Hey, these are the standards I'm going with. One Chambara literally started out as a simple 2000 game. Which, do you know why they were called that?
I can't reach it.
Because they were 2,000 yen.
Ah.
So, maybe not the highest priced.
God of War Ascension just seems to be like more of that when people were very tired of that.
Yeah, but I it's the one from that series that should be on that feature, right?
Sure.
Because
Sure.
the thing is, having played Chains of Olympus, I think that game is a-okay.
But no, both of those.
And
handled
Ghost of Sparta, some people like it more than 3. I don't know if I believe them, but
Ghost of Sparta was pretty good when I played it.
Which one
The
ends with
thing-
you fighting Persephone?
That's
that's Chains of
Chains of
Olympus.
Olympus. The Chains of Olympus' greatest strength is that it's like 4 hours long.
it's true.
And the other one is where you fight death or dreams or
You
whatever.
fight Charon.
And you meet Kratos' brother.
Yeah.
It is. Right.
Well, here's the good news. I own every single God of War game. So we can have that discussion.
You could do a God of War marathon.
I would not want to do that.
All right, now you have to play the two new ones back to back.
Yeah, that sounds like a great way to hate myself.
Burn the fuck out.
I really like that first new one.
Yeah. It's
I
pretty
have
good.
Ragnarok. I have not played. I've played some of it. I didn't play tons of it. Ascension also seems extremely skippable.
Yeah.
But of all the old ones, you could just straight up skip it.
I can't imagine there's actually anything of value there, story-wise.
No, because it's another prequel.
Ah, great.
See, Ghost of Sparta is not a prequel because it takes place in between 1 and 2.
Like chronologically, you should play Ghost.
Chains of
no,
Olympus.
Ghost of Sparta, Chains of
Ascension,
Olympus.
yeah.
1, Ghost of Sparta, 2, 3,
Yeah.
and that's it.
What about the
Oh,
what about the Java mobile game? Oh, you mean something I can't play anymore?
I'm sure there's someone out there who could hook you up if you really want it.
I'm sure there is some effort. Also, the other fun part about Ascension is just they were running out of Greek mythology to murder. Okay, I went in a circle.
Prince of Persia time puzzle. Someone should play Prince of Persia. Speaking of Prince of Persia, someone should play Prince of Persia Forgotten Sands and tell me if it holds up.
I know a guy. He's from Canada. He can tell you about that game.
Because I did play it a long time ago. And I don't remember anything about it. Did I ever buy it on Steam? No, I don't think I did.
Yeah, who's the other Canadian who I frequently play video games with?
The other Canadian.
The other Canadian.
I don't think I still have my copy. Let me look.
Yeah, I watched Joku play Forgotten Sands, and that game definitely feels like it has the budget and scale of a movie tie-in game, but then for whatever reason they instead decided to go back to the Sands of Time version of The Prince. And, you know, they got Yuri Lowenthal back.
You just played the soft reboot one that was by itself.
2008?
Played that recently. Yeah, that one's great.
Yeah, it seems great. The Nolan North one.
Nolan North and Kerry Walgren. I think that might be their best performances. Honestly, they are
Yeah,
extremely good in that.
both
what
quality
movie?
actors.
No, not a movie. The Prince of Persia 2008.
Oh, yeah, Prince of Persia 2008. Great game. I have a PS3 copy right near me. I remember being confused when people thought that game was bad.
Because there wasn't enough combat.
Or
Yeah, because when I think about the things people like about the Prince of Persia series, it's the combat.
A lot of the complaints seem to be that there was no challenge because you couldn't die. But the system in that game was you fall down a pit and you respawn at a checkpoint, and like there was a narrative explanation for why you respawn, but mechanically it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like Elika just picks you up and carries you back.
See, I was thinking about putting Warrior Within on the Dubious character action because it does have more character actiony combat.
And you like that bikini, I know.
Yeah, and I love Godsmack and I love chainmail thong bikinis. You know me. I'm
always
always
saying about
thinking, what if the women I enjoyed looking at were dressed up like it was still the 80s, and I was reading Heavy Metal magazine. Speaking of that, Heavy Metal Thok 2 is a video game I have on this computer and haven't...
Heavy metal what?
FAKK 2.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. It's a third-person shooter.
Are you bringing this up because
saying
you are tiring of this?
I am slowly we're reaching
like-
the edge limit of my patience with this, let's say.
It looks like the front cover of this particular game features a woman who's
Buxom.
sort of wearing a shirt, but like it's wide open so you can just see her nipples.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Heavy Metal the magazine and then the movie
Yeah.
based on the magazine because
Or is it supposed to be just gold and this is a low resolution image? Okay, they're supposed to be gold.
Oh, never mind. I'll just pull up Head and Blood Right if I want to get it. What I want.
yeah, but no, I'm not
Stick with them and-
not my aesthetic. But Prince of Persia Warrior Within does feature my boy,
Mm-hmm.
Robin Atkin Downs,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
who,
In literally everything.
yeah, in literally everything. I own X-Blades already, ZP, and its sequel, Blades of Time. Worry not.
Great.
Hey, I have been prepping for the Dubious character action thing for the last year and a half.
Oh, by the way, speaking of, I'm sorry to tell you that what was it? Heroes,
Soldiers World War II is a Commandos like.
Yes, it is not an RTS, really. It's a fucking shame.
Hey, Commandos. Here's the thing. I like a good Commandos like.
If you want to do it, we can do it.
I bought Shadow Gambit.
It would need to be with display capture, but it runs at modern resolution, so you wouldn't have to worry about your desktop being
Do
shot.
not watch Fritz the Cat. I'm good. I respect Ralph Bakshi as like an artist who was clearly on a lot of drugs and horny as shit. Being allowed to do what he did. I don't want to watch most of his movies. Other than the Lord of the Rings he did. I bet that would be an interesting time.
Brandon, what am I going to be like convince you to watch the Dragonlance movie? You're the one that led me on to it, but I'm the only one here that's watched it.
I've never read those books.
You don't need to, because you can watch the movie.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, that'll happen at some point. How about the Wolverine 360 game? Yeah, that's on the list. The problem is that game might be too good. And I mean that unironically, because it seems like, first off, Raven Software, I would generally say, did not miss. For as much as, Hexen and Heretic are of an era, let's say.
Heretic's very good, Hexen.
Hexen is a find the switch game.
I've beaten Hexen in its entirety, and I think I played through all
You
of
beat
the
Death
Deathwing
Knights of the
Citadel.
Dark Citadel?
I played a lot of it, at least.
Jesus. Oh, fuck, you're right. I do have to play that Deadpool game. God, I hate Lionheart.
Well,
Why
catch
did
him
you
with
do
Jack.
that? I'm going to...
You just dislike Deadpool?
Here's the thing. On paper, I think Deadpool is fun in controlled doses. The problem is most writers do not deploy Deadpool effectively. Like, here's the thing. I will as someone who is extremely done with cape shit, I'll probably watch Deadpool 3.
I want to see how Ryan Reynolds makes Deadpool and Wolverine play off. He's clearly wanted to make these jokes for about a decade now, so...
Yeah. With hope, it'll be like the Deadpool Cable crossover.
I've never watched 2.
I recently watched Deadpool 1 and 2. I think 2 is a better movie.
I died again. Yeah, at some point, yes, that Deadpool game is delisted. Don't worry, there are ways to find it. But yeah, like, when people write Deadpool poorly, it's just him yelling chimichangas.
Yeah.
And that's the haha lol so random.
Now imagine if Mike Myers was saying that in a vaguely Hindi accent.
Uh-huh. No. Instead, Mike Myers is like, haha, my poo-poo pee-pee!
Ah, yes, my old teacher. Pee.
Yes, his old... Oh, you mean his guru Tuggin Mapuddin.
Or one of the other 2 examples.
Yeah.
God, Austin Powers completely survives on it being a Bond parody during the Brosnan era of, like, cheesy bullshit in Bond. Without it, you just have his shit.
There was a note in the Discord a little while ago where someone said that they don't think those Austin Powers movies will play to Zoomers who haven't seen the older movies.
My
Bond
brother
movies.
and dad watched all of the Bond movies over the last couple months. Thunderball's fine.
Yeah.
It's one of the better Connerys.
Which one does he blow up the guy with the pen?
I thought that was a Pierce Brosnan movie.
I seem to recall. I want to say what
They could have done the same kill twice.
You Only Live Twice is the one where he does Yellowface.
Not since Mickey Rooney.
And then there's also Never Say Never Again, which is a remake of Thunderball, starring a much older Sean Connery, because this was during the Roger Moore era.
Oh, that's right. He came back for something.
And it technically was not made, like, it was a legal thing. It's a real, like, we are going to make our own Spider-Man cinematic universe kind of movie. But yeah, they got Sean Connery back to play Bond again in a movie that is technically not officially part of EON Productions. Did I play Astral Chain? Astral Chain is too good for that feature.
That's the Platinum Switch game.
Yeah, that's the Switch game where you basically summon a JoJo stand and then wrap the chains around them and do fun juggle combos and shit. I got nothing against Astral Chain. I think that game...
Is the Wonderful 101 a candidate for...
It is.
Anything?
Possible.
Oh, that fucking game.
Wonderful 101?
What a miserable experience.
Would it be better if I had to draw things with the right stick instead of a Wii U tablet?
No, because what about a character action game, but you couldn't really make out what anything was doing because you're too zoomed out.
Yeah, our own Bond with Blackjack and...
Futurama references.
So here's the thing, Lionheart. As someone who watched a lot of those Bond movies in the background, and actually sat and watched several of them, the Roger Moore era is rough. Because he was Bond for too long. And by the time you get to View to Kill, which is his last one, he is in his 50s and like visibly old.
Can we
On
all
the
just
other
agree
hand,
that,
here's the
best
redeeming
actor
part of that
Bond?
movie. Christopher Walken and Grace Jones know exactly what they're doing. Because
What was your...
Christopher Walken's the bad guy in that movie,
Great.
and Grace Jones is the heavy. Oh yeah, no, those Dalton movies are a-okay.
Which one was your favorite Bond? Like, which actor?
I mean, as a child of the 90s, I have to go with Brosnan, even though only 1.5
He
of those
has one good
Brosnan
movie.
movies are good. Yes, Timothy Dalton. Yes, the Duran Duran one was one of the Dalton movies. But yes, the only good Brosnan Bond film is GoldenEye. But on the other hand, Michelle Yeoh, the one with Michelle Yeoh, at least has Michelle Yeoh in it. So
Tomorrow Never Dies?
Tomorrow Never
Or is it
Dies.
And isn't there Die Another Day?
Die Another Day is the one with Halle Berry and the Ice Castle.
Yeah. I don't know. The Ice Castle was kind of cool, I guess. I don't know.
Crumbling or whatever. at the
Yes,
end.
and Madonna
Yeah.
That's right, Madonna sings the theme song to that one. All right. I'm calling a mulligan on this one. I'm calling it on this one.
That's healthy.
This game looks like a trash fire, Braden.
I think you should not play Evil Dead Hail to the King.
But the next Evil Dead game will surely be better.
Yeah, surely it will be better.
I mean, YouTuber Civi11 made a video on the next one, and it seems less shitty than this one.
All right, I'm setting up a poll.
Maybe he would make more of an effort with the voice acting as well.
Wasn't he still acting in movies in the late 90s, though?
Yeah, he was in like Bubba Hotep.
All right.
Oh, is that it for the stream?
No, I'm gonna switch to something else, but we're gonna vote for the video game now.
Where go?
Where go?
Go up forever.
Yeah.
See, I need to know if your actual garbage pick is worse than this.
I've said before, Vampire Rain is the next actual garbage pick.
All right.
Vampire Rain.
Did you get that working in emulation, or can
No,
you just,
I
can you
bought
just
a
play
copy
that?
of it
All right.
on eBay for $25. I got $5 off,
Great.
so it was $20. Yeah, I think the Europe drawing is definitely the best one. I also appreciate the Sega Graveyard and my amazing MS Paint artistry. I'm also
I'm
a
still
big
quite
fan
proud
of
of mine.
it has tank controls, but is it scary? And it's a Dracula being with the question mark next to a tank. I'd like to think I'm an artist. All right, what do we do now?
It's up to you.
It's up to me? It's up to me?
Oh, by the way, I went ahead and watched a few episodes of Sword Art Online just because you always brought it up when I've ever brought up Green Schwarzer.
Yeah.
And, yep.
Yeah, no, you see what they're drawing from.
Yeah. Yep.
In that, it is... Kirito is the archetypical bland-ass, early
Cypher.
2010s anime protagonist.
I love him so much because it's like I could be him.
Yeah, I wish
What if
all
I
the
mentioned
girls
I
would love
was-
me.
Yeah.
All right, I have a terrible idea.
Mhm.
What if I played a video game I enjoyed?
Yeah.
What if we played
Turn into a-
Dragon's Dogma 2?
Okay, I was gonna say, is this you just gonna
Oh,
hop off this and go play Dota with Goblin for
Hey,
5
you want to
hours?
play? Oh, I should ask Dota and Poppy if they want to play.
If they want to
Goblin
play
and Poppy
Goblin,
if they want
what?
to play Dota.
You see, I've been thinking about reinstalling it.
No.
'Cause it's like, well, I'd be playing it with people instead of by myself. That'd be much better. And I'm like, no, it's gonna be like Overwatch still. I'm gonna get into it, and then within like a month of starting to play with you guys are gonna move on to something else. I'm gonna be stuck in the Dota hole alone.
sometimes I'm happy Ubisoft patched the fun out of Rainbow Six Siege, because my cocaine just isn't accessible to me anymore.
To be fair, Overwatch is also in a bad place. Like half the characters are shit.
Yeah, like that's what Ubisoft kept doing to Siege.
Well, it's one of those things where, like, at some point the meta becomes like a couple of things, and if a character
Yeah.
doesn't have that, you're just in a bad place.
Yep.
So, like, at the moment, Overwatch, it's mobility and mitigation, and if you don't have at least one of the two, you're garbage.
There was a thing in Siege where there was a character who could place he was a defender. He could place a thing down that would intercept grenades and neutralize them.
Yes, and he became the standard.
Yeah, like his pick rate was so high that he was literally off the chart. And so Ubisoft kept nerfing him and nerfing him and nerfing him. They could not nerf him enough for people to stop picking him.
because Bandit's ability is
No, it's Jaeger.
Jaeger.
No.
Excuse me,
Yeah,
Bandit is
that sounds
Battery
like one of those
Man.
abilities where you basically just have to change the
Like
ability.
like Jaeger's utility is so strong because he can basically prevent grenades from dropping into the point.
But instead of realizing that this character just works as intended and just letting it be, they were so obsessed with nerfing him. And that's what they did to every other character that would get too fun, basically. Oh, too many people are picking this character, so we're going to nerf it. And
Yeah, their design ethos is to try to reduce it instead of raising everything to its level.
yeah.
So this is Realms of Antiquity.
Oh, I love Pools of Radiance. What?
Yeah. No, this is a video game made for the TI-81 computer.
You sure this looks a lot like Pools of Radiance?
No, it's not.
How do you feel about the Gold Box games?
This is a new game.
Can you control this with the numpad?
No, I can use it with. I use the arrow keys, of course.
Oh, fuck that.
I thought this text looks too high resolution for an old-ass game.
I'm looking at those sprites, though.
Yeah, this is video game for the TI-81 computer, which came out in conveniently 1981.
All right, you just want to cast Sleep on them, and then have your people go up and coup de grace them.
Yeah.
And you basically just do that until you get Fireball, and then you just Fireball
Yeah,
everything.
so Crusaders, War Mage, uses most weapons and armor up to male, can use both shields and foci, favors red sorcery.
Is this a blind...
I skimmed the manual.
Them?
I skimmed the manual.
Oh, what's the manual like?
What if I told you there was when this game was crowdfunded, there was one of the incentives was a deluxe cloth map.
Nice.
Is
Oh,
anyone
is this
actually
like-
nostalgic for this? Enough people to buy this game.
Is this
I-
a recent
yeah,
game that was made for the TI-81 and
Yes.
then ported up?
This game
Yeah,
was made.
2020.
Yes, this game was made in 2020 for an old computer.
Okay.
And it is running in an emulator for that computer.
I mean, this is not the only example of that I can think of.
All right, let's go with I think having a fighter is usually a safe bet in a game like this.
Make a boring class, because at least she might actually do something.
Also, fighters are the only characters who can use firearms. That's Bill Tremendous.
Just perfect to fill up the whole thing.
Have you ever seen the OSS 117 movies? Speaking of Bond
No.
parodies,
No.
they're very good. At least the first two are. I don't know about the third one. Bard gets discounts at shops and favors orange sorcery.
Color magic. What is it?
Yeah.
Akshi?
Yeah. All right.
In WWK, I played through the entirety of Pools of Radiance with the Gold Box Companion app within the last 3 years.
I've been told the game. It seems like based on the reviews for this game, it seems like the closest analog is actually Ultima 5.
Oh, or like one of the what is it, the Realms of the Savage Frontier?
Yeah.
Or
Well,
Which-
that's
which is
Ultima
the one where they
6
go to the moon?
engine, I think. But yeah. Let's do Crusader, because a Mage Knight. I trust a Mage Knight.
Just
Yeah.
even out all those points. That's always the best.
I mean,
Best way.
yes. Chad
Chad Lexington.
Jaeger. And then who for our fourth?
What do we have?
We have a fighter, a bard, and a crusader.
Warlock.
Yeah.
Does that be a fun dynamic? The Crusader and the Warlock.
Okay, yes. Can use some weapons, favors violet sorcery.
That's what, Lore of Death?
Sure. Yes. Yes, the wind of
I don't remember the
Heesh.
name.
Yeah,
No, he's just white. He's just white.
You're right. The wind of I fucking caught you.
No, I know that one. I know that one, but I don't remember that one because Chris was that for like a year.
Gur, Ghur. That's amber sorcery. And your name is what's a good warlock name? Morkarath. All right, this is our party. Bill Tremendous. Anyway, Bill Tremendous is the name of the American CIA agent in
Oh,
one
you
of
almost
those
said it.
OSS
It's not
films.
Hish, it's Shyish.
Sheesh.
So, well, like Chad Yeager, the Crusader, a thing going through your head.
No, but
You
it
said
is
Jaeger
now.
earlier.
Uh-huh. How strange.
Oh, is this an isekai?
Oh, is this an Ultima Isekai?
I mean, Ultima is an isekai.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But yeah, I highly recommend those first two OSS 117 movies.
Yeah, I think at some point I will give that Grimoire game a legitimate shot. 'cause I
Yeah.
already own it.
Yeah, that game seems like it might actually be good if I
Just doesn't
could
fuck around.
get into the right headspace. Other than the part where the guy who made it is like an insane doomsday prepper.
Sure. But, you know, hey, if you already have it,
Whatever, it was $1.
damage is done.
Uh-huh.
Doomsday Prepper seems like low end of, or is that like the?
I mean, he's a
scratching the
doomsday
surface?
prepper because he's hiding from the inevitable race war.
Ah.
Yeah! Yeah!
Did you load that world? Oh yeah!
This isn't the park at all. This isn't even Earth. Is this an isekai?
It's just another world. Straight up said that. Great.
Thin trail of smoke.
Just
Small
too much
village.
text.
This is a lot of text for one of these games. It's one of those things where, like, yeah, no, this was made more recently.
Oh God.
Because back in the day, they would have just had all this in the manual. Mm-hmm.
Is there any music? I didn't think so.
Welcome to Alpthorpe.
Well, no, because it can only
I
go
know.
loops.
We didn't have a sound card back then. Welcome
Yeah,
to
yeah, I know.
Alpthorpe.
No, this was.
Thorpe is one of my favorite words.
All right, let's see.
It's a
All
very,
right.
very small community.
All right, you've got a rusty blade and a buckler. You have a crude knife and a sling with the Librum Quiram. All right, spellbook. Equip to view the spells on the statistics screen. Okay. Chad Yeager has a spear. Okay. And another Librum Quirum. And then Morkoth, hatchet, tattered gown, Librum. Okay. Welcome. I sell general goods and sundry. What do you need? Buy.
Are you gonna walk into a
Yeah!
cat?
God,
Are
I
you gonna walk-
love video games.
Okay. Are you gonna walk into a castle and meet someone named Lord Irish?
Okay, yeah, we'll have McBardington do the shopping because, look, he gets a 20% discount on some of this stuff. I could get a potato for 10 less gold.
Oh, is this going to be like old Might and Magic? You need to buy food.
Move party gold. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're gonna buy some hardtack and hard cheese. We're gonna buy two lock picks, and then we're gonna buy at least 8 candles, so we have something. Trading post. All right, what does the trading post have? Okay, we can sell items here. All right, we'll have McBardington do the shopping. Dagger, blind. We have played 2 Ultima games, but no Wizardry games. Listen, if
Are you
you
telling me-
want, we can do Wizardry.
I was going to say, what was that recent one I currently have installed on Steam? Labyrinth of Lost Souls. I think it's like a weird reimagining of the first.
That's the PS3 one.
I
That
think
ported
he's
to
referring.
PC.
I think ZP is referring to the real Wizardry games.
American Wizardry. I mean, the next time that that Digital Eclipse remake of 1 comes out or goes on sale, I'll probably pick it up.
Play a Lemon Age Gothic, some real.
That
Frustrating
game
bullshit.
seems like it's the real shit
Yeah,
as far as
not for the faint-hearted.
hey, you can just teleport into walls and kill your entire party. All right, time to. Okay. Look at this. Actual.
Look at this video gaming.
Look, the items actually have descriptions. That's not something an old game would have. All right. Time to manage some inventory.
Yay!
All right.
How long is this game? It seems to me like it's probably a
I'm
5 to
gonna
15 hour thing.
I'm to understand this game is a full-sized one of these.
Like full size one of these relative to the time period, or like a full size CRPG for
Like
today.
like I'm told anywhere
Those old
from
games were
30 to
long.
50 hours.
Yeah, to be clear, those games were long.
Like Ultima and with like Ultima, like I guess 3 and 4 and Wizardry, those tend to be like 30 hours to 50 hours.
You know, the very first Might and Magic's a bit of advertising for it was that you could play that game for over 100 hours.
I mean that's a lot of old ass RPGs love telling you about the number of monsters.
Yeah.
All right, let's I think we're fine with our starting gear, he said, inevitably dooming himself in the party.
So you're telling me it's an old school RPG?
Let's gamble. Let's bet 1 coin. All right. We beat old Zeke. To unlock a door, you need either a set of lockpicks or a spell. Stay to hear more. An old veteran warrior said to write down all that you hear or read. All this trouble, evil stirring. Who will protect us now that the Empire is no more?
Ain't no quest log in this game. You know something I like about original Neverwinter? If you in your journal tab, there's just an area you can write in it. Wish more games had that.
Pillars of Eternity 2 has a notes tab.
Yeah.
I
I'll
am
go back to that
Walder, the village leader. Until the failings came.
Yeah, the thing is, WWK, like, it can take a while to figure out what you need to do, and then sometimes you'll play and realize you fucked up at the beginning and made a team that doesn't actually work
Yeah.
or whatnot. Like, there's a lot of trial and error to a lot of these old ones. Even if you knew what to do, it might also take a while because it might expect a certain amount of grinding.
I took the money. I'm a menace to society.
Pay that you sold out.
Okay, there's a Song of Ice and Fire joke. That's how you know it's current.
I wish the I'm disappointed in them. All the references should be dated as well.
Yeah, like dungeons. Relican, if you want to play more Dungeons 3 today, I know normally we save it for Sundays, but if you want to actually just get through that game,
Not today, but maybe tomorrow.
yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. I said it earlier, but that was when I was on mic issues. I'm glad. I'm actually kind of glad my time with this job is coming to an end because the last month or so, I think I've been developing some RSI on my left shoulder,
Oh fuck.
Mm-hmm.
and it's beginning to get to the point where I actually am like, oh, I think that weird twinge is RSI because now I can kind of feel arcing around.
This is why
Ugh.
people get addicted to opiates.
Yeah, because
Because they're in constant pain.
yeah,
I am Frode.
it's body destroying labor.
Frode Boggin. The village elder. Well,
Although good news, I did get contacted by that really good job, and they're interested in setting up a phone interview. So
Fuck
maybe.
yeah, dude.
Now,
The
I have a
The
100%
IT,
success
the
rate
medical
with
IT
in-person
one?
interviews, not with phone interviews. But yeah, the
Yeah.
medical IT one.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
hopefully.
Get it.
If they can get me in person, like I said, I have a literally 100%
Use that
interview rate.
charisma. Make that charisma
And that
check.
I'm even counting all the music stuff I do, and that was a hell of a lot more interviews than normal jobs.
Okay, we have to find the 7 towers of sorcery in Talona. Uh-huh.
Good luck on the job hunt. I'm going to dip out because it's 11 o'clock.
It is.
For you.
Oh,
For me.
he can identify unknown items for 5 coins.
Have a good night, Justin.
You too.
Oh, I love this. This is content.
I hate you. What a bad sentence.
This is Now this is content. R2, we should turn off the autopilot. It's gonna get us both killed.
It's against Twitch TOS, R2.
Alright, time to find these failings and slay them. Oh, there they are. Oh no. Alright. Oh, it's an action point system. No, Morkaroth!
Are you already losing people?
No, he's, can't hit for shit. That's what's happening.
Okay, here's an important question. Do they surface your hit chance?
It does not appear to be so.
Nice.
But at the very least, you know, hey, guess what? This seems perhaps more intuitive than a game of this era would normally be. Hey, it has damage numbers, right?
I want to say, or I can't even tell because the version of that I played was with the companion app, and I don't remember exactly what was part of the app and what wasn't.
The mini-map and the ability to ignore demi-human level limits. Which only becomes a problem with Secret of the Silver Blades.
Well, the main thing about that thing gives you is the character editor. You can just access anytime,
Yes.
which is vital.
No trap found. I found the idle touchstone. You found the honey cake. I'm into this. In a non-ironic fashion.
Yeah, sure.
I bought this for $10. Oh no. Chad Yeager, no!
If you guys ever actually do a big spiderweb thing, you should bring me on for that one because I've played almost all of his games.
If we were to ever do a
maybe his biggest fan.
Which spiderweb game?
Avedon.
Avedon? Okay, so
that's the Avedon games are his like legitimately
his
great
legitimate best ones. So what you're saying is,
Played, I don't know, maybe a Gene Forge is maybe your guys' speed.
I was gonna say, what's the one where you can be a Roman or a Celt?
Oh, that's Nethergate?
Nethergate,
Netherrealm?
yeah.
I don't know if he has the original version of that available, because there was a version of like that, like there is Exile to Avernum.
I have the version of that that was sold on Steam.
That's I bought that game from his personal website.
Yeah, you did.
The remake of it, Resurrection. Well, the old remake of it. The remake of it in the old Avernum engine. Yeah, that game is okay, but it's one of those old Avernum games. Actually, you know which one it is? It's Avernum 6. It's the end of the Avernum story. Because that's a really strong game, and also, like, I think it's just a great entry point. The end of it. Like, Avernum 2 is his best Avernum game, but 6 is really good.
Avernum Crystal Souls.
Yep, it's excellent.
It's fine. Look, I lit this candle.
I am very much looking forward to the, I think the upcoming remake of Gene Forge 2.
Yes.
Like, that's super close.
That's like next week.
These games are one of the few I will actually just purchase outright when they come out. Except the Queen's Wish one.
I played that
I think
and
he's just run out
refunded
of
it.
Steam. I think he's just run out of Steam. Like he did Avedon. Like he made some great fucking games. I like how in Avedon 3 they all but confirm that the canon endings for your crews in the first 2 Avedon games are that you attempt to kill Redbeard and then fail.
That's a fun way of doing that.
Because yeah, there's a companion character from the first game and the second game who are companion characters in 3, and one of them you get out of the dungeon at Avedon because she was considered a traitor for attempting to kill Redbeard, and she's like horrifically scarred, like emotionally, from the entire experience. Yeah, weird. I'm like, yeah, I really like this game where you basically play the secret police. Let me talk about how much I love Tyranny.
Let me tell you about how much I love Tyranny. Wait, ZP, you've only played the Exile games?
That Avernums are far, far better.
Exile is definitely a lot more like full-on traditional Okay.
They're very old. Oh, your mic working?
There we go. No, I'm...
Oh, I thought that was Chris.
Okay,
occasionally you guys do sound the same.
Yeah, it's true. Ah, fuck me.
It's like he's here.
This is the most excited I've been about a video game.
That's not true.
That's not true at all. But this is the most excited I've been about a video game this week. I mean,
yeah,
don't get me wrong, Dragon's Dogma 2, good time.
I like the life bars. It's convenient.
This game is a lot more readable than a game of its era would be.
Yeah.
we're all right. We got real armor now. Okay, we don't know. We don't know what the idle touchstone does. Because we haven't identified it yet. Yeah, like, hey, don't get me wrong. Dragon's Dogma 2 is what I have desired from a sequel to Dragon's Dogma. And I mean that in a not...
In a not derogatory way.
Yeah, in a not derogatory way. Like, it's still a sequel to that game. For good or ill. Also, what if I told you that because I have good friends, I watched an episode of the Netflix Dragon's Dogma anime, which is vile.
Yeah, I was gonna guess it's probably not good.
No, like, you know how anime, you know how Castlevania.
You know how anime.
You know how that Castlevania show is, like, pretty good,
I
right?
need to finish it. Yes.
But it very much has a, let's say, edgy predisposition.
Yes, like the priest getting devoured in his church. That whole scene.
Yes. What if it was all edge? Okay. According to GameRant, I'm going to read this out loud. And I'm
Why?
sorry for this.
Why? You encourage
right.
this.
I won't read this out loud. I won't acknowledge this.
This is why they keep happening.
He'll keep... Anyway, I do want to point out that 3 of the 5 games on that list did in fact get graphical remasters.
I think the Command and Conquer. Oh, it's not on there, but the remastered graphics are bad.
I appreciate them. I appreciate any game where I can press a button and switch graphics.
Sure.
And then you can
like
be
the
like,
old
oh
ones.
wow, they made some of these Halo levels look worse. Just to, you know, apropos of nothing.
I still haven't played the remastered Halo. They've done 2 of those now, right?
Yes. Yes, the Halo 2 remaster I actually like quite a bit.
Anniversary edition?
Yes, it's part of the Halo 2 remaster is part of the Master Chief collection.
Okay, well I have that, but you know I'm gonna wait to replay the Halo series when they put out Halo 5 on PC.
Yeah, because they'll listen, dude. Relkin, John, I will send you my Xbox Series S if you pay for shipping.
No, it's fine. I'll get there eventually.
And you can play Halo 5 and go, God, why?
I think at this point we've established that I'm kind of just good on Halo. I had a lot of great memories with it, but I'm fine.
Infinite's fun. But
I
also,
believe you.
you're not wrong.
Halo Reach is my favorite multiplayer FPS.
Yes, the Dragon's Dogma anime. No, well, specifically the Dragon's Dogma episode, I was asked to watch.
Is there sex or is it rape?
Oh, it. Well, let's. Want me to tell you the entire plot of this episode?
This feels like a long-winded way of saying rape.
Oh no, it's even better than that.
That's not the word I would use. Okay, go ahead.
So it starts with the Arisen, Chad
Uh-huh.
Arisen, or whatever his name is, and his pawn. You know, they're walking around. They run into a caravan of people who are fleeing the destruction wrought by the dragon. And as part of that, a woman almost gets raped by the goblins in a manner reminiscent of a certain anime involving the slaying thereof. And the Arisen saves her.
I do like that show. Goblin Slayer it's a good show, but that first episode, like, I get it, what you wanted to do, you just didn't need to actually do it. You could have just had them murder people horribly and we would have believed you.
And then the rest of the episode, it's the Arisen. This woman, her like, my fiance is a weak, soft man who wouldn't protect me. Arisen, hey, you wanna get it on? And then she takes her top off, and then the Arisen's like, I'm sorry, I'm a Sigma male.
You have definitely explained what that is to me before. I'm not going to bother asking.
So Sigma,
again. I'll forgive again.
Would you like me to tell you what a Sigma male
No,
is?
I will forget it all again.
Okay.
All that's
Sigma
important to
male
state
is the
that-
fun incel introvert way of feeling cool that you don't like talking to people.
Sure. All that actually matters when that stuff is brought up is that's not actually how wolves interact.
Yeah.
We've since learned this. There is not an alpha.
But yeah, and then a griffin attacks, and the goblins
the
attack
video game.
again. And so there's a bad fight scene involving a
Nice.
shitty CG griffin.
Didn't you say this was like a Castlevania show?
Yeah, it's in that it's edgy and bad.
Oh, not that it has good fight scenes?
No. But yeah, it's, and then basically cuckolded husband.
Oh,
He finally gets-
successfully cuckolded?
No, not successfully. The Arisen brushes her off. But he finally works up his courage.
To have sex with his wife?
No, to defend his wife from the goblins. And then he murders her because like, now you'll never leave me.
Oh, cool.
Because
We couldn't just have the woman be a jerk. We had to make it so that she was somehow justified in wanting to cheat on her husband.
yeah, instead it's women are evil, you see.
Mhm.
They are lying,
I was
conniving
taught this.
snakes. Yeah, but the actual thing about that Dragon's Dogma anime, as I have found out, is it's just hey, You hate women?
Boy, do I.
Cause
I shouldn't make that joke because it's the internet.
yeah.
And you say you make that joke, and then people are just like, "Yeah, boy, do I too."
Boy, let me tell you about the minorities. And you know, hey, guess what? Dragon's Dogma, I think, is a video game that is in a lot of ways defined by its very video gamey conventions. So it's I could see why it would be hard to adapt. Oh. Yeah, I cast blur on myself.
Don't even bring up Devilman Crybaby. That thing made me like legitimately upset by its end. Fuck that thing. Just gross. Gross thing for shitty people.
A similar level of edge, I would say.
What if everybody just went crazy because it was the end of the world, and all the people that you thought might have been okay were actually evil because humanity's evil, and we weren't worth saving?
What if I was going a guy and I was very horny?
Ugh. Had enough of nihilistic bullshit. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, I'll
Speaking of Sex in the City,
I have made my feelings known about a general distaste of post-apocalyptic fiction at this point in my life.
I think it can still be good. It's just I've become very tired of no, humanity is the worst. It's like, yeah,
What
no,
have you
we
considered
live
that
that.
we're the real monsters?
Yeah, no, we live that every day. Like, I'm good.
Oh no, McBardington, no. He's
Too young.
almost dead. If only every single character had the ability to cast a basic healing spell.
I'm actually thinking that for my Breath of Fire thing, because in that world, everybody just can cast magic. So maybe every class should be able to at some point.
I think that's a perfectly valid design decision.
Yeah, I've been like compiling a list of every playable character across all the games, their move lists, and trying to like figure out general archetypes. And the big thing was like, oh, with the exception of the literal robot man from the first game, everybody can just cast magic.
Yeah,
What's his name?
ZP,
Karn?
that's the thing is Go Nagai is one of the most important pioneers in anime and manga. He also did a lot of drugs. Uh-oh.
This is great conversation, but from what I have learned through conversations predominantly with you and Chris, NTR is cuckolding, right?
Yes. Netorare is just the Japanese term for cuckoldry.
Cuckoldry. That's a good suffix. Are these mushrooms?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, they are fungal creeps.
Mm.
They're like, hey, man,
Fungoid creatures, my
I
favorite
got some
Stellaris
spores for you.
races.
All right, I cannot attack diagonally.
Oh, you can't attack diagonally?
Does not appear to be so.
This is not
Cardinal
Berserades.
directions only.
No thanks. Hard boiled is so fucking good.
It's one thing to know about that movie,
Oh, and the trivia too made it so much better.
and it's another thing to actually watch the scenes in that movie and be like, almost every single dumb action set piece in Hard Boiled
Is real.
is real, and also would be the best action set piece of a different movie.
Yes.
I also found out that Police Story and 1 through 3 are on HBO Max.
Very good.
So maybe I'll get my brother to watch that with me.
My favorite thing actually when we were watching that movie was near the end of the hospital sequence when they go into an elevator. It's like, oh, this is kind of a long cut. Like not super long. It's like maybe they spend maybe 15 seconds in the elevator, or maybe even less. And then Gotham said it's like, yeah, no, it's actually it's not actually moving elevator. They literally just completely cleaned and redressed the set in that incredibly brief
in
time.
the couple
made it look
minute,
like the lobby.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it was
and then
probably just a
John
few
Woo
guys
made
with those
Mission Impossible 2.
No.
The best
Ugh.
Mission Impossible film.
Yeah, the quote-unquote best.
No, that...
God.
Hey, he made Face Off. Okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna say you've lasted a lot longer than I thought you were going to.
No, here's the thing. I'm having a good time. That's the problem. That's the curse.
You'd probably like a bunch of spiderweb stuff.
Yeah. I fully agree that I would like a spiderweb.
Those are dungeon crawler ass dungeon crawlers.
Yeah, what about Stranglehold?
You can slide on those railings and like Sonic.
Yeah.
You can
Thank you for
run
helping
around
us.
on those what are those, the trolleys.
Oh, he's mad because we stole from him. Whoops.
But yeah, if you're down tomorrow, we could do some dungeons.
Yeah. I don't have to keep playing this. I'm sure my viewer count has plummeted.
No, it's barely moved. You know, because they come for you, Braden.
That's right. I mean,
jokes aside, that's true to a degree.
that's true to a degree. You know, Okay, now we're loaded. We're gonna buy some real items. Gonna buy leather armor, baby.
At least this does seem like more of an RPG than maybe those gold box games were. Like I said, you just break that game over your knee.
Yeah, and to some extent you have to because it's AD&D.
Yes. You absolutely have to. There's, oh, jeez, the dragon fight at the end. if you are not as cheap as humanly possible, that game will just kill you. Like literally, the very first area, the slums, is there's a fight at the end where you have to fight 2 trolls,
Yeah.
and I don't know how you're supposed to do that without leaving and coming back later. It's like the only way I found to do it without doing that was by killing one as quickly as possible, having my most defensible character stand on its corpse so it couldn't revive, and then hoping that he didn't get killed by the other one while we burned it down from a distance. Jumbo's making movies again?
Huh. Okay.
I would watch it. Not necessarily excited to, but I would. He directed Silent Night. Was that the movie we watched with David Harbour?
No. No, the movie we watched was Deadly Night.
Deadly Night. Sure. Alone in the Dark Zone. David Harbour. Did you watch the, I guess it's considered like the true ending or something, where like they're a family?
Yeah, I saw the joke ending. Or
It's
the
just
true
a bunch
ending.
of references to like, what if there's a hedge mage and zombies and pirates? Was that supposed to be like there was never actually a thing at Derceto, and it was that they were just
It's just
watching
a play
about the events?
play
Yeah.
within a play. I think it's a goof. But also,
Very Silent Hill dog ending.
yeah,
Energy
I
to
think
it.
it's literally their dog ending equivalent.
You know, to be fair, that does feel like the most distinctive Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, two's where they accidentally made it like way more of an action game. I mean, I could play that right now. I did get through that hedge maze the one time I streamed it.
I think 3 is the one with pirates, though.
Yeah, no, 3's the western town.
Okay.
I
someday I vow I will actually beat all 3 of those games, but doesn't have to be today.
I will not.
Someday can be a long time. Can be
Yeah.
a long time for now. Oh right, Bloober Zone.
It would be against my brand not to stream the Silent Hill 2 remake day one. The only problem is I don't want to pay full price for that game.
Fair. Both things can be true.
Yes, imagine the content.
Get it later for half off.
Yeah. I'll say this. If you want to watch someone play that game day one, you know Voidburger's gonna play it.
Yes, there'll be a lot of people playing.
You know, yes, and that
I assume it will be a deeply depressing experience for her.
yeah.
Yes, Red on Q Line said the same thing. Oh, I beat another boss in Mega Man 11. That game is very good, and
Just
actually
not mess
difficult.
around.
No, Fuse Man fucks you up. Even when you're using your fast form, he's still too fucking fast. it was cool that they didn't just make another Mega Man game like 9 and 10, and instead were like, no, here's a thing that like completely changes the game that you can slow down time at any given moment, and we're going to make things that expect you to use it. Oh, I like that waterfall effect.
Did I just completely... I'm going to...
Isn't this where you started?
Yep.
Did you just do a loop, or did you accidentally load your
Did
game?
I accidentally load the game? Let's find out.
That'd be a great way to... be a very good way to end this. Look at your inventory.
Okay.
You did it?
I, apparently escape is a load last save.
Nice. All right, well,
Well, that's Realms of Antiquity.
thanks for the stream, Brain.
Oh, our podcast, our joke podcast went up.
What is that about?
For April Fools, we played a Final Fantasy game for Off the Deep End.
Oh,
We played a Final Fantasy Adventure.
that's
You
a
know,
good
a Final Fantasy game, legally. Has Final Fantasy in the name. What's a mana?
Seiken Dentetsu.
Yeah. Well, Joku is Joku doing a crime, or
Is he?
streaming?
Does it
a
say
video
just
game?
chatting? Is he streaming at all?
He's playing. He's playing Banisher's Ghosts of New Eden, which is the
Oh yeah.
the Don't Nod game. So remember to Seiken Densetsu Seikon no Quasar and Sake no... Please read the manual to know what the keyboard shortcuts are.
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
See you.